I think when you look at the CME today versus just a few short years ago, our revenue is 30% of our revenue comes from outside the United States today, which was not the case just a little while ago. I think we've expanded our businesses globally. We're in 150 countries around the world. The next acquisition gives us access to a whole new complementary client base, which we did not have before. So I think we're doing a very good methodical approach at growing the business. At the same time, we have a very mindful thought process about what can we do to help the client experience. And that's really a big push of what I'm trying to do, is make sure that we can bring a value-added proposal to the clients. And that's what Next does. It's very complementary in nature with the cash versus the futures on both the broker tech and the EBS platform, so the fixed income and the foreign exchange. When you look at the Next company in general, not only the markets businesses, but the optimization businesses and other, they're very, very exciting. What's really exciting about them is when we integrate them and put them together and create the efficiencies under one umbrella. So when you look at TriOptima with TriResolve and TriReduce, which are two of the bigger services under TriOptima, in the compression services that they offer, the number of cycles that they offer to do compression is extremely important for the users of these products, especially on the swaps portfolios. So this is something that, I think for myself, I'm getting a better understanding of it. They have some really good, talented people there at Next who are now part of CME Group that are running these divisions. Ken Broman is now heading up some of these divisions for CME. And it's really exciting to see what these back office fintech parts of the business can do for all host of our futures products and our OTC. So very exciting on the TriResolve, TriReduce parts of TriOptima. Transaction taxes and things of that nature are very concerning to me because I don't think people have a really good idea how disruptive a little bit of a liquidity spread can do and what the cost of a product can be. If you have a producer going right to a commercial and there's no intermediary in there to help mitigate that price risk between the producer and the commercial, that cost is probably going to be a lot more for the loaf of bread, for a gallon of gas, for a mortgage, and everything in between. So I would hope that people would understand that some of these proposals are very penny wise and dollar foolish, and take a really strong look at them, because when you walk through it, it's clearly obvious that this is not a very smart proposal. I am concerned about a whole host of issues, but I think at the same time, I think if you take a step back and you look at the evolution of the last 100 years and how we've moved forward, I think there's been a lot of people worried about a lot of issues rightfully for good reasons. But at the same time, you have to be mindful that there are changes, and changes are good. So the question is, how do we go from, people talk about the progressive agenda. I always say progressive is a derivative of the word progress. So as long as there's progress in the progressive agenda, I'm okay with that as long as it's good progress. So there's nothing burning other than I think people need to have an understanding that younger people today have different views than I might have. And my parents probably thought I was crazy. Their parents thought they were crazy. And we could walk this back generations. And that's okay, because that's how it moves. But I think we need to get more people to understand, give them room to grow, without at the same time keeping some kind of values, have a value for life, have a value for your fellow man. And I think we'll move forward just fine.